Hi, Tony Bradshaw with AddSomeToYourIncome.com. And today I'm wearing a shirt and going to be talking about what it means to be a Maverick and the training that I'm getting with a new mentor, Paul Fink. I'll explain how I met Paul, how I am joining in on his movement. I'm even wearing the shirt. And then talk about what it means to be a Maverick and how that's going to increase your income. Let's dive in. I was at a workshop and Paul spoke. He was set up there with his banners, he had his table, he had materials. I went and talked to him before he even spoke. I thought he was someone else, or at least that his topic was another topic. So we kind of had that moment of, your name is Paul Fink, but your topic isn't passive income. I thought Paul Fink talked about passive income. Anyway, so we started the connection then. Over this 2-day workshop, he spoke, and I enjoyed what he said. I also had an opportunity to speak. When I was done, we really connected, at which point we began to figure out how I'm going to be able to benefit from what he has to offer. I now see him as a mentor. And I left there with some materials, including shirts, one for me and for each member of the family, and other material to really learn about what it's like to be a Maverick. Let's define Maverick and look at how that makes you a valuable person, and that's what's going to be increasing your income. Maverick is a calf that's not yet claimed. It's not branded. Now, I grew up on a farm. We would brand the cattle, and I remember, and I know that the phrase about having too many irons in the fire, we used to have a lot of irons to do the branding. With the last name of Bradshaw, our brand, we had two B's, and they were like 90 degrees to each other, so it was a B and then another B. We used these old branding irons that would be in the actual fire to get hot, and it was just one B, and we would put the brand that way and then rotate it and put on the other one. We discovered the electric brander with the whole brand already ready to go. And what was great about using that was we would always give the right temperature for the brand. It would just brand the skin. It wouldn't be too light that it didn't actually make the brand stay and we'd have to brand it later again, or too deep where those occasions would happen and it would actually burn through the skin. And I kind of say that soft because I'm very sensitive about we did not mean to hurt the animals. So the branding, right, the reason you do that is so that you claim it and it becomes part of the herd and we know who it belongs to. Well, a Maverick is a cow that is not branded. It's an unclaimed, it's usually a calf or within the first year. It's usually a year later. They've lived an entire year that we do the branding. So that is what a Maverick is when it comes to cattle. What a Maverick has become known as, there's a noun and an adjective. So the noun, that person, place, or thing, it's a person. That's what most of the time is being said. Like this says, be a Maverick. That's saying, be that kind of person. That kind of person is someone who is independent, not yet claimed by a herd. Someone who is able to think on their own. They're not doing traditional things. They might be doing things in a very unusual way. They're getting in there and they are making things happen the way they want them to be. Very independent thinking. To be a Maverick, what I like about that statement and what it really can help you if you take it on for yourself is that you be yourself. There's no one else is going to be you. I'm deciding to be here. I look like I got the shirt where you can't even read the letters the correct way. And it makes me want to stall and reset the settings so that it will be readable. And then I realize, you know what? No, that's what this whole thing's all about. Do it different, right? Or like as it would be said backwards here, turn a referee T odd, right? Be a Maverick. Do it different. I'm doing this different. And I realize you probably think, wow, why can't he just be professional enough? Because I am being professional. I am being disciplined. This is the time that I have to sit down and make a video about how to add to your income, and I'm making that video. If I spent all the time making it exactly perfect before I move forward, then I'm not being a Maverick. I'm following other people and making it exactly perfect every time. My goodness, how memorable is that? If I did it like a robot every time. No, there's something more when I share myself, me being that independent thinker that connects with you. And when you get to the point that you're being a maverick, you're going to become more valuable. I want to put just a little plug here about the training with Paul Fink. I've been able to go to part of an online one-day training, and fingers crossed, I'm actually going to make it to a live training here in about 5-6 weeks. That will give me a chance to really continue to create and move forward in the relationship that I'm having with Paul Fink. I actually will be having a phone call with him this week. So later this week, he and I will be talking and going over what my business plan is and how it's working and what I'm doing to move forward. I'm pretty excited about what Paul Fink is offering, and I'm not in any way receiving anything for saying this about him or wearing his shirt or talking about him. I do want you to know this is his material, this shirt, and this is something that's new from me. So it's complete word of mouth. I'm not getting any kickback if someone like says, "Hey, Tony Bradshaw said to come and check out your stuff." It's for those of you who are working on that passive income, mostly through business and setting up your own business and wanting to run your own. Be a sole proprietor, right? Be that entrepreneur. Be a maverick. Enjoying working forward. I really look forward to what will happen with Paul Fink, and the connection that I have with him is really big. It was just deep. I mean, not big. It was deep. It was a deep connection. That's a better word for it than big. Anyway, so how does this add to anyone's income by being a maverick? How does this make you more valuable and help you to see an increase to your income? I hope you have been able to catch some of the videos about how to add to your income, how to add to your labor income. Be that person who's doing the extra. Be that person who's doing it different and it succeeds. Be that person who's willing to do a lot. George Bernard Shaw said, 1 out of 10 things worked for him. And so he found he had to work 10 times as hard. Be that person that's working 10 times as hard. A true maverick. Your passive income. Working and working and working and working, knowing that you'll be paid at harvest. Knowing that right now, while you put in the hours, you put in the time, you do all that work, you're not getting paid. And you know that in the long run, what you are building is going to be something valuable that others are going to value and then compensate you. That great feeling of being in the shoe of being the mentor instead of the mentee all the time. Gift income. The things I've said about gift income, if you look at them, rewatch any of them that you liked, you can see, or the ones in the future, you can subscribe to the channel. You can watch the videos that are coming up. You will be able to see how you have to be a maverick, because it takes different kind of thinking to increase gift income. It takes an ability to do some unorthodox things. That's the word that kept coming up when defining maverick. In preparation for this video, I wanted to at least look at the definition of maverick and make sure I could define that and talk to it with some, legitimacy, like I actually know what I'm talking about. And unorthodox is what kept showing up. Well, I had to look up what unorthodox was. I kind of knew what it was, but I wanted to know for sure. And according to the online dictionary, it means that what you're doing, what you're thinking, is contrary to the usual. It's contrary to the tradition. It's maybe even contrary to what is accepted. Not orthodox. Orthodox meaning mainstream, accepted, this is what everyone does. You are being unusual. In economics, when you have something that's rare, unusual, precious, it becomes more valuable, and it goes to market, and it becomes something that others value simply because there are so few of them. There are so few mavericks in the world. I hope you become one, maybe joining with Paul Fink or not, or just doing you. You do you. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side.